Like, can I just add, put George Best up there, me as well, from what I've seen. I'm going to go with shock order, Ronaldo.
Going Ronaldo. Okay, let's go. Steve is a Liverpool fan. Steve.
Hello.
Hi, Steve. Thanks for holding. Off you go.
That's okay. I was just thinking about the Motown there. You see, I'm old enough to remember the heyday of Motown, and also old enough to have seen Johan Cruyff play live.
Brilliant.
And I'm just disappointed that he's been sort of dismissed, because Cruyff was really the vanguard of changing the game, in my eyes, the modern game. And he was the one who invented a number of things, and he had a great influence on football. And it's just slightly disappointing that when you do these sort of polls, most of the people who vote in polls for greatest film, greatest players and things like this tend to be younger, and they've never seen the people, or there's no film of them. And so people like Cruyff get lost in the mist. Very disappointing.
Well, that's why I want people like you, Steve, to add to contribute to the show, so that, I mean, I can't help my age. I can't help not you know, him. Cruyff was mine. No, I think what you do, what is a very valid point, is that Cruyff did change the way the game went, and even before him, I never saw him play, but Puskás, by all accounts, the way the Hungarian side, I think they beat England 5 or 6-0 at Wembley, was also a game changer in terms of the way that the game was played with the ball. But Cruyff, no doubt about it, not just as a player, but also as a coach and a manager, I suppose.
I mean, very influential. And I suppose because you've got a lot of calls to get through, I'm just very surprised that the previous caller, the Man United fan, never mentioned Kenny Dalglish in that list. I was a bit surprised at that. But
I think there's no doubt, Steve, that Dalglish is up there with great players. He's possibly, maybe Steve Gerrard aside, possibly the greatest Liverpool player ever. No doubt in his credentials. I just think when you're talking about the game's greatest ever, he might not be in that list.
I'd accept that, but I would put Johan Cruyff nearly on a par with Ronaldo and Messi. Nearly, not quite.
Okay, so with that in mind, then, who is the best, Steve, in your opinion?
I can only speak from the people I've actually seen, and I would say the most entertaining I've ever seen would be Cruyff.
Okay, Steve, thanks for your call. Thanks for listening. Let's go to Stuart, a Saints fan. Stuart, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah,
hi, Stuart.
well, I'm 71 years old as well, and I can remember the bad old times as well. And for me, it's George Best. And the reason I say George Best is simply because most of the football that he played was played on cabbage patch pitches compared